Please be seated.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello.
This is a case of Cole versus Gilbert Baker.
Thank you, Jerome. Good day, everyone. Good day. Miss Cole, you are currently 5 months pregnant, and both you and your mother claim there is no doubt as to whose baby you are carrying. Miss Cole, you admit to sleeping with multiple men. However, you are 100% certain that Mr. Gilbert is the father of your unborn child. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Gilbert, you and your mother say Miss Cole has lied throughout the pregnancy and you can't believe anything she says, especially when it comes to the paternity of her unborn child. So, Ms. Baker, what upsets you most about this situation?
That Mrs. Cole and her daughter are constantly lying. We don't know the truth from fiction anymore. I'd like to just find out where we stand on this whole situation. Everything that comes out of their mouths is lies.
So you believe the baby she's carrying is not your son's child?
Absolutely. At this point in time, I cannot truly, honestly say I believe a word of anything that comes out of their mouths. I do not believe that is my son's child. That's why I'm here today.
So, Mr. Gilbert, did you have sex with Miss Cole?
Yes, Your Honor.
You did. Was it unprotected sex?
Yes.
Okay. Miss Cole, what was the nature of this relationship with Mr. Gilbert?
We went to school together. We were best friends in school. And he was someone that stuck up for me when I got bullied. And I was staying with a friend of the family over in Osseo. And he contacted me and asked me to hang out with him. And I said yes. I went over there and one thing led to another.
Did you all start a relationship or were you just having sex?
We were just having sex.
Was it more than once?
Twice in one day.
Twice in one day. And then after that, never again?
Never again, no.
Mr. Gilbert, how did you find out Miss Cole was pregnant?
She contacted me through text messages and told me.
So you sent a text message, Miss Cole?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what did it say?
I have it here.
You do?
Yes.
You brought evidence.
Yes.
Jerome, will you please hand me that evidence? Thank you.
You're welcome.
And so you got a text message from her. It reads, I found out I was pregnant. Would you be in the baby's life if you knew it was yours? And then you wrote back, yay.
No, yeah, why? There's supposed to be a space there.
Oh, yeah, why? So you, I get it. It's not yay.
Yeah.
It's yeah, why? And then she says, because I am. You say, you've only been with me, haven't you? And she says, yes, I'm pregnant. And then you say, oh boy.
Yes.
Ms. Baker, did you hear about this?
Yes.
Right away?
No, he found out on Sunday. Mrs. Cole contacted me on Monday on Facebook, and when I called her, and her daughter, other daughter, Tasha, was in the background yelling, he's not the only option, he's not the only option. It may be somebody else's, it may be somebody else's. And I'm going,
no,
really?
That's not true.
You can hear her. Hold on one second, Ms. Cole. I'm going to get to you. You were on the phone and you say you overheard this?
I was a little lost. I mean, I'm getting this news from a third party. My son hadn't even told me. And when I called to talk to her about it, her other daughter was in the background yelling, might not be his, it might not be his, there is another option. Somebody else may be the father.
That's not true. I told you. Me and my family had a meeting with you at my home, and I told you there was another possibility.
You told me
not my
through
child.
text message
Not my daughter. Yes, I did.
What I believe I'm hearing through this testimony is that there is another possibility.
Yes.
But, Your Honor, he's fixed, and he did not complete.
So you're saying the other potential father, you've found out since that he's had a vasectomy, or he had a vasectomy?
He had.
He had.
But
A
that's
vasectomy.
just his word. He's never given any evidence that he's fixed.
You don't have proof of that.
Correct.
You do.
There's no evidence that he's fixed. And just because you don't complete the act doesn't mean that some little go in there and finish the duty for you and get you pregnant.
Miss Cole, how do you know that this guy had a vasectomy?
Because he told me more than once.
Okay.
And
How old is the other person?
he's old enough to be
43.
my father.
Something like that.
Okay.
I think he's 43 then.
43. Okay.
And Miss Lake, we have.
I do have the text messages about her lying when I asked her if I was the only possibility.
So you have some more evidence?
Yes.
I'd like to see that.
Which you are the only possibility because the other guy's fixed.
Well, let me say this. Mr. Gilbert, you look so nervous. But you came prepared for court. You brought your evidence, and I appreciate that. Sir, this reads, I 100% know the baby is yours. You write back, I don't. Miss Cole writes, the other guy is fixed. You write back, so he says, and if you believe that, you wouldn't have lied to me. Miss Cole writes back, do you want to be in this baby's life? And then you write, after a paternity test.
Yes.
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell.
He found out more lies that she had told him, and it's been nothing but lies out of her mouth. And that's what we have constantly gotten from not but one of you, but two of you. You don't find out the truth about what's going on in a conversation between your daughter and I, and you roll over and you start screaming.
That's right, because when my daughter's crying in public, I'm going to say, come on, Tia, let's go.
Your daughter's in tears, and instead of coming over and doing an adult thing and saying,
right.
What's going on?
I did do
What
an
happened-
adult
what
thing.
happened at the
I
store?
got out of the situation.
We were having a discussion. Me crying had absolutely nothing to do with her. I was crying because of my own.
It didn't matter. I was trying to get my daughter out of the situation, regardless who made her cry or what it was.
So you were upset. You guys were at a store.
Yes.
And you were having a conversation.
Yes.
And the conversation upset you.
Yes.
The conversation was about the baby.
The baby and people telling her lies, and also telling me lies at the same time. I have no clue who this person is, but they contacted me on Facebook telling me that they're related to Mr. Gilbert, that they hope that he gets full custody over the baby. And just...
That's why she was crying.
I don't even know who this person was.
That's what upset her. Had her mother stopped to find out what's going on, instead of coming around the corner in one of the mobile carts and start yelling at me, if she had stopped to find out what was going on, maybe something could have been figured out instead of acting like a child herself in a public place. And you were yelling at me, your son caused this, your son caused this.
That's right.
Well, if my son caused this, why do I have evidence right here, the day they went to take the paternity test, that says your daughter is praying that it is my son's, that
What
she
is that?
doesn't know for sure.
Wait, what do you have?
Right here,
Jerome,
Your Honor. Would
please
you
hand me
like
that
to see
evidence.
this?
She is praying that it is.
Wait.
I want it to be his so bad.
You want it to be his, or you
Yes,
know?
I do.
What does this evidence say, Ms. Baker?
It says-
I'm getting a DNA test done on Monday to find out who the daddy is of my baby. I'm praying that it's Tristan's baby.
That's right.
Correct.
We are praying.
Wait, I thought you said you knew because the other guy had a vasectomy.
People lie, you know? I mean, it's like a 1% chance.
Your Honor, I have a
Your Honor.
conception and due date calendar here that I'd like you to see.
You do. All right,
Yes, I
Jerome,
do.
pass that to me, please.
The conception date that my son and Miss Cole slept together was around April 9th. When I asked, they said it was around 7th, 8th, or 9th. I was told her due date was January 2nd. Well, if you take April 9th to January 2nd, you know, women know this, men don't. Women are actually pregnant for 10 months. And the 9th to the 2nd does not make 10 months. Not in any math does that make 10 months.
Your Honor, I gave the doctor March 27th was the first day of her last period. Figure it up from there. And this is what they said. Her ovulation time was from the 10th to the 15th.
But Your Honor, Miss Cole was not living with her mother at the time that she had her period, so how would her mother know?
She came over to see me, and I told her.
When were you intimate with the other guy, Miss Cole?
I was told it was around the 2nd of April.
Is that true?
No,
When was it?
April 10th.
On
It was told, you were told around the 2nd of April.
the next night.
Yes.
Your Honor.
Your Honor,
He was
I was
told.
also told that it was the week before me.
Who told you that?
You did.
No, I did not.
Yes,
no, I
you
did
did.
not.
The bottom line is, in open court, she's saying it was the next day, April 10th. Which would mean if this gentleman had not had a vasectomy, like he said he did, it is obvious that we don't know
Right.
the father
Right.
is. So, Miss Baker, what do you think their motivation is? I mean, she's saying, I'm praying Tristan's the father.
They want my son to be the father because we live very well. My mom takes very good care of all of us. And I think they want to tap into that because we don't
No.
we don't live off anybody but my mom. My mom's a very good, great person. Don't take it the wrong way. I have my own income. I said that wrong when I said that. Pardon me. They know that we're not going to just go, oh, okay, it's your responsibility and walk away from this baby. They live
That's
off
not true. My daughter
disability,
has her own
and they
money. My
take
husband's got
care of it.
disability. I own my own home. I don't owe anybody
takes
anything.
care of you.
No, my husband
No.
does.
No.
You don't even know.
Let's
You should not
get
be
some
saying
order.
nothing.
Let's get some order. Mr. Gilbert, you're 20 years old. Are you ready to be a father?
Honestly, no. But if I am, I'm not afraid to step up and be one.
Miss Cole, I know this means a lot to you.
It does.
Mom, you said in your previous appearance, I remember you saying that you didn't know who your father was.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor. I have one of three. Okay, I know what my granddaughter is gonna go through. I do not want that baby girl, granddaughter of mine, to go through life without knowing her dad. So my daughter needs to know. That's why I'm here.
Thank you for that. And it was spoken from the heart, and I appreciate that. In your previous case, your other daughter,
Yes.
which is seated next to you,
Yes.
and the man she thought was her child's biological father,
Yes, ma'am.
unfortunately was not.
At least they're ruled out.
One step closer.
One step closer.
Absolutely.
That's right.
And so as we prepare to go forward and get these results for your other daughter, do you have any doubts as to whether or not Mr. Gilbert is your granddaughter's biological father?
No doubt.
I think it's time we get the results. Jerome? These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In order for us to determine paternity, a prenatal DNA test was performed. A blood sample was drawn from the mother, and fetal DNA was isolated from that sample. Genetic analysis was performed, and a probability of paternity was generated. In the case of Cole versus Gilbert Baker, when it comes to the unborn child that Ms. Cole is currently carrying, it has been determined by this court. Do you want to watch Paternity Court on TV? Go to paternitycourt.tv to find your local listings. It has been determined by this court. Mr. Gilbert, you are not the father.
Okay, baby. I can admit when I'm wrong. It's okay.
Miss Cole, I know this was not the answer you wanted, hun. I know that.
The father don't want nothing to do with the baby. My baby don't have a dad.
She has your daddy.
Yeah.
She has your daddy.
If someone needs to stick up for her,
I've
you
spent
got me.
7 years with my husband.
Okay?
It's really also beautiful and sad at the same time.
It's okay, honey.
I love what I see here. The fact that you all are supporting one another. And yet I do understand what Miss Cole is saying, that she wants her child to have their father. Miss Cole, is it safe to say that this gentleman that said he had a vasectomy did not, or is it someone else?
No, there's no other possibility. I still talked to him, and I asked him if there's a possibility that you are the father of this baby. Will you be there? And he said no.
She's gonna have help no matter what. We're her mom and dad. We're gonna help her through this.
Good. Miss Cole, I don't want you to get yourself too stressed. You still have a beautiful baby growing inside you, and we don't want to disrupt that baby. Just give it time. We have counseling for you. I want you to go talk to Dr. Jeff, and I want you all to figure out where to go from here. All right? You're not alone. You're not by yourself, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Wish you the very best of luck. Remember, friends, though.
Yes.
Friends, no benefits. All right? Just friends.
Right.
Okay?
Correct.
Court is adjourned.